Hello, welcome to Candy Shop Yarns. I'm Deborah. I'm the owner of Candy Shop Yarns, and today is a special episode of What's New in the Candy Shop. This one is a special episode because today we're going to talk about a project made from some of the yarns that I have in my shop, as well as a Meet the Maker. The maker of this cowl, which I'm wearing right now, and I didn't make. So let me first tell you a little bit about this cowl, just a tiny bit. Then we'll talk about the wonderful maker behind it, and then we'll talk more about the cowl. So this is the Converging Lines cowl by Purl Soho with some adaptations. It was knit using my Glitz and Glam Barbie texture mini sample pack, as well as a skein of my truffle base. This is a fingering weight boucle slub yarn, and it's the color Marshmallow, which is an undyed. So this one is really fun because I've been wanting to make something with this texture pack, and I had something in mind and I just had not been able to get to it yet when I saw something pop up on Instagram. There was this maker who was creating a pair of fingerless mitts using my texture sample mini pack, and I immediately, my jaw dropped to the floor because she had so beautifully and expertly blended different weights of yarn, different textures, the colors, to create a unified project. And that's something that can be a little bit challenging to do at first or seem daunting. So her name is Samira Sperry. And I immediately reached out to her to find out if she would be interested in doing a little bit of a collaboration with me in creating a shop sample for me. And we talked a little bit about kind of what I was interested in, maybe what she would want to do. So I sent her a list of, I really wanted something that would be attainable to everybody, something that everybody could make. And I thought a cowl would be a good project for the amount of yarn that you had, and that's kind of something that a lot of people may be interested in because not everybody likes to wear a shawl. I just thought it would be a good use of the yarn. So I sent her a list of patterns that I thought maybe would be good. I specifically looked for patterns that called for DK weight yarn, and she picked out the Converging Lines cowl by Purl Soho and started making it. I'll tell you more about that, but I want to talk a little bit about Samira because she is fascinating. I have really enjoyed getting to know her. She and I have chatted back and forth. She has been, let me get my paper here because there's a lot of really neat things about her. She's been featured in Stampington & Co.'s Somerset Studio magazine. It's an internationally known mixed media publication. They also hired her to write articles about her fairy tale and circus paintings. She sent me some pictures of her art. I am a big sucker for all things circus, all things amusement park, just fun childhood things, and her whimsical style was just so perfect. I loved it. She's had her art in 2 shows in New York at a Perfect World gallery, and she has a sketchbook of hers in the Brooklyn Library of Art. She's been chosen in the past as a featured artist of the month by Joe Packham for her fairy tale pumpkin art. And she's even written an article for Jenny Doe's blog about how art saves. So as a mixed media artist, I think this is why Samira was so expertly able to combine the different textures and colors that are in my Glitz and Glam Barbie mini skein sample collection pack that that was really long. I extended it way longer than it really needed to be. But she just did such a good job. So I want you to check her out on Instagram. You can find her at Samira Sperry, and she also has a shop through Zazzle where she sells some of her products, and I'll link that below. I'm going to show you one of the products. It's a bag inside of a bag. This one is a tote bag, which is really fun because it's this like starlet that's just feeling so forlorn. Oh, why can't I have all the yarn? Which I thought was kind of fun. So you can check her out on Instagram, and you can find her shop below in the description box. So thank you so much, Samira. It has been a pleasure to get to know you and to work with you. And now let's talk about this cowl. I'm going to stand up so you can get a close-up of this. I love the textures. You can see right here the converging lines. So let me tell you, this cowl actually is meant to be longer and higher, but Samira chose to start it where the converging lines, where they converge, or where the split connects. It kind of has a little bit of this line comes down and then it splits. So she chose to start it where that split connects, and it's worked upright or upwards. So the yarns included in this project, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 20-gram minis, and they are all various fibers, weights, textures, but they vary from lace weight to DK weight. And that was important to know because if you're going to be combining, you have to understand how you can combine things. So this lace weight is so fine that you could hold it with another one that's like a fingering weight or even the DK weight and get away with it. But you don't want to hold it completely on its own. And if you do, it's okay. It's just going to be more floppy. But you could hold it also with this truffle base, which is a fingering weight. But if you choose a pattern that is DK weight, then you can hold any of the DK weights single, and you can hold the fingering weights double, or you could hold the lace weight triple, or with various other ones, and use those to blend and combine, which is what she's done. And you can see how the textures just change all throughout here. I love it. I love how she put the colors together into this beautiful, I don't know, just rainbow. It's not just one chunk. They're just kind of blended together. I really love that. And then she did a section of all the truffle base held double, and then ended at the top here holding a couple of the yarns together. Now this didn't use all of the yarn that I sent. It could, let's see, this weighs 188 grams, and I sent 240 grams of yarn. So there's about 50 grams remaining. So, you know, if you want, it could come up higher, but this is about 8.5 inches deep. And it's really pretty. Now I'm choosing to wear it with this line coming this way, but it could be worn like with it kind of in the front here, which I think is pretty. This could be worn completely on the side. I was wearing it kind of just off-centered here, but it could be completely on the side that way. I like it just a bit off like that. So I just was really excited about seeing this project come together, just to see how you can play with textures and color, because there's quite a variety of color in here and textures, and it's hard to see how can this be made into a project. But that's one of the things I've been enjoying, is combining textures lately. So I want to show you a couple more projects that use colorways from this collection, and I have talked about some of these before, but I wanted to have these all together into one video. So the first one I want to show you uses my Island Fun, no, that's not right, the Great Shape Barbie sock set. Here is an Afterthought Everything sock that I made from a sock tube that I cranked on my Erlbacher Gearhart circular sock knitting machine. I had a tube, a long tube, and I separated them out and made 2 socks. And I still had plenty left over to make another pair. And then I had added the cuff, heel, and toe on both of the socks. They're an Afterthought Everything sock. So I think that's really fun. I really love Great Shape Barbie. That was one of my favorites as a child. I didn't have that one. My aunt had a knockoff of that Barbie, and I loved even the knockoff. Another project I have is behind me. I'm going to grab that. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. This is another cowl. This is a crochet cowl. The pattern is Dotty Cowl, designed by Lena Fedotova for Malabrigo. And this was crocheted by me, and it's a reversible cowl because it is double crochet, like double knit, but double crochet. So here's one side and the other. And the 2 yarns that I used were Barbie and the Rockers, and this is on a different base, but my Peaches and Cream Barbie, both of those were Barbies I loved. And this is one that I have worn quite a bit. I think this is my favorite side to wear it, because I like seeing these variations in the pink colorway, in the Barbie and the Rockers color. Another project that I have here, this was a sample knit by my sister Emily Clausen from Salt City Knits, and the yarn is, let me grab that, Crystal Barbie. These were all Barbies from my childhood, from the 80s, and she knit, where is it? I'm looking on the wrong side. She knit, I told you the wrong one. It's not Crystal Barbie, it's Magic Moves Barbie. I was looking at the wrong side of my paper. And it's on the semi-sweet bulky base. That's this base I was showing earlier. It's a single ply, super bulky, which means it knits very fast. The hat is Winter Dreamer by Kalurah Hudson. So I haven't even tried this on. Let's try it on. Well, I did not put that on very well. Let's try it again. What do you think? I think it's cute. It's cute. And the last sample that I have was also not knit by me. This knit was one that was made by Fernanda of Little Monkeys and Me. She's on Instagram and on YouTube. And once again, all of these will be linked down below. She knit the Effervescent sweater by Aimee Sher, from Crystal Barbie, which I have. Right, no, that one's the other one. I don't have it with me right here. I'm going to post pictures here. So this one she knit with Crystal Barbie on my crystalline sock base, which is a silver sparkle fingering weight base, but then it also has a little ruffle, which was on my cotton candy mohair base, and the colorway is bubblegum, and it only used like 9 grams of mohair, so you could easily just use the last remaining bits you have left over from any project. And she knit the size 4, and she looks fabulous in that sweater. Fabulous. So those are some of the projects that I have made or have had made. Others have knit for me using my Glitz and Glam Barbies collection, and that's just has been one of my favorite things to date that I have dyed, one of my favorite collections, because I'm just a sucker for all things 80s, especially the toys, candies, Barbies. I am in my 40s and I still have Barbies, and I'm playing with them today with yarn. All right, so you can find a limited number of these mini skein sets, if you sample packs, in my shop at Candy Shop Yarns. Once again, it's linked below. If you are interested in knitting this cowl or just trying your hand at combining different textures, you can also get the truffle undyed base in my shop, which is a perfect yarn to pair with just about anything in my estimation. And you can also find full skeins of each of the colorways on dyed to order basis on various bases. That was tricky to say. So that way, if there's a different type of yarn that you're wanting, you know, I've got it there, and you can order whichever one that you're interested in. So thank you for joining me today in this shop update, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.